currently on the wait list and any newer clients as well.
Okay.
But we also have other SBA products. We have lines of credit. We're working with our current clients on any, such as deferrals and things, but we really encourage customers and such to reach out to their bank, to First Source. And if you have a loan officer or relationship manager that you're currently working with, it's best to reach out to them for any questions or assistance.
Okay. Yeah, I would. I just had a few questions and see that if that is a loan that you guys give, and how you base the quantity of giving it, if they base it on your income tax or whatever you make throughout the year.
Yeah, the Paycheck Protection Program. Is that what you're interested in? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The loans are capped at, I guess, 250% of your average monthly payroll costs. And the loans have a 1% interest rate in a 2-year term, and the loans are forgiven. The loans are eligible to be forgiven up to 8 weeks if you've covered expenses for eight weeks.
Okay.
Have you applied for a PPP?
No, I I would just like trying to see opinion from people, and some people. I have 9 workers, and I have no work right now for them, and I feel bad. And last week I worked 2 days. This week I worked 2 days, and they call me, do you have work? They worry about it, and right. I have insurance, I have licenses, I have all kinds of stuff that they care. And a friend of mine called me, said, you should look into it. And I find out about my wife, because my wife has a beauty school also, that shut down. So there's no money coming in either way. And one of her friends, I think, sent her a text and saying about this meeting today. And that's right, I was interested to see what the terms are, and how much would you get if you approve. You have to have good credit to get it, or whatnot,
Sure. Who do you have a current financial institution that you work with or bank with?
I am banking with Lake City Bank. But I don't have any loans, that I work with my own money, whatever I get. I do mention I work with brick block, pretty much what I do. And
okay.
Stone. But I didn't know that this goes through banks, and you have to be, I don't know if you have to be customer of that bank, or any small business, are considered, eligible for it.
Sure. Yes, all small businesses, even nonprofit organizations, are eligible for the Paycheck Protection Program. I know Lake City is an SBA lender, and the PPP program is through the SBA. I would suggest or recommend reaching out to Lake City Bank and seeing what they might be able to assist with, and they might have some other products or programs as well that might be of interest to you. And meanwhile,
all right, I
guess I would start with, I would start with your current financial institution and see what they might have available, and then also maybe reach out to. You'll probably be joining some of these other virtual rooms here to talk with the CDFIs to see what programs and products they have as well.
Okay, let me see.
So I wish you the best and good luck.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yep, bye, have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Hey Mark, it's Sue Pierce from Megaplay. I posted this on the chat. Will these SBA loans and the PPP loans, if they get extended by Congress, how will that work? I mean, because I'm still covering my overhead, my utilities, my rent. You know, I know that my business can make it through this month, but I have to start getting people into my business, and hopefully we're going to reopen in May. But I'm wondering, you know, how is the future going to work? Because, you know, it would be helpful to try and get these loans to cover what we've covered. I don't know how else to put that.
Sure. Have you applied for a PPP loan?
Yes, I've applied for PPP through First Source, through Credit Union, and unfortunately through PNC Bank, who is my banker and has been my banker for 25 years. And it's very disappointing with major banks like PNC. That's a whole nother subject. Anyway, yes, I have. I'm still going through and getting things together so that Notre Dame Credit Union and First Source have my payroll. They needed my payroll. They needed income output, you know, all the QuickBooks stuff. So got to you, but I guess I'm just looking at the future and going, you know, is it possible for us to even get this after we open?
I know there are a lot of, unfortunately, there are a lot of uncertainties right now, but PNC has not been able to assist.
No.
Much. Okay.
No. And that's, like I said, that's a whole nother can of worms that I'm dealing with my federal representation. Hey, you know, what happened here? But again, that's a whole nother can of worms.
Sure.
I've realized through my own contacts within South Bend, Mishawaka, hey, you're not limited to applying at just the bank you bank at. Kind of nice, you know. It's a little more complicated for anybody that's out there. If you're not a member of that credit union and bank, then there's steps that you have to go through, and I get that. First Source and Notre Dame Credit Union have been so good. You guys are so helpful. You're very patient. It might seem like stupid questions to you, are not, because you're like,
no, it's fine.
This
I
is
appreciate the kind words. I wish we could help more. We've just been, like I said, we've been overwhelmed with our current clients, and it's hard for us because we have certain guidelines and rules that we even have to follow in the background that aren't even known to the public, you know, to take on new clients just to get them onboarded. So we've just been trying to do our best just to serve our current clients. So,
well, I guess ultimately then my last question is, it's okay for small businesses to apply to any number of institutions if we're willing to. I
would encourage that. Try the Lake, you know, try Lake City, try Centier.
Right. You know, I'd rather stay local. I mean, if Lake
City,
local, you know, it seems as though the local banks are a little more accommodating to helping us.
Sure.
A lot of us have never applied for any of this. We've never even thought to apply because we want to stand on our own. We're small business. We're the backbone of the United States. We employ 5 to 10 to 20 people. Now this is, and so for us to get even small help from the local banks, and I wish everybody would do this. Just, you know, call and talk to a lot of these reps, and they're help you. There's a lot of background, and no question is a stupid question. It's really not. Just try. But I wanted to make sure, because like I said, I've already applied with three banks, one major bank and two locals. Is it okay to?
Yeah, I would definitely encourage that. It certainly doesn't hurt. And if you have my contact information, if you would like to shoot me an email with your contact information, I'd be happy to again, I'm not a lender. I can definitely get with some of our lenders and our credit team and see, you know,
Right.
where if they could provide any additional assistance
Oh,
or
yeah.
information.
You know, I'm working with Candace right now at State Road 23. So, I mean, she's been fantastic. That the whole group has been fantastic. And like I said, Notre Dame Credit Union has been really great.
Mhm.
Before I hang up, anybody that's listening to this, the worst answer that you're going to get is no. The answer you're going to get is we can try, and you succeed. So, you know, hey, everybody, we're all in this together. We're going to make this work. And let me tell you, I'm going to frequent a lot of restaurants when this is all over with. But
Right, I think we all are.
everybody, please try and smile for the day. It'll all work itself out. We're in this together.
All right. Thank you so much, Susan.
Yep.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Again, if you have my contact information, please don't hesitate to reach out to me.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's in the chat. If it's not, then I can find it. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Nicole.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So a couple of questions. I have a really small, it's a boutique. So I only really have a few, you know, like just about 3 part-time employees and then myself. And I did not pay myself. However, I would take small, I mean, most of the money went back into the business. So I didn't pay myself, but would take an owner's draw. Is that, I know that I pay through Gusto, so they gave me like an amount that I would qualify for, but it's not a lot. So, and plus I did prior to this had my employees go on unemployment. So is it something that you would actually, I would start paying them, take them off unemployment to qualify for that? And does any of my owner's draw qualify and it's really not a significant amount anyway. So I'm just trying to figure out if it's even worth doing it. And now there's really, I guess, no money left. Who knows what's going to happen, but do you have any information about that or how that works?
I believe the employees have to, according to the information that I have, that the employees would need to continue to be on the payroll.
So because this was, I told them to go on unemployment right away. So this was before this all came out. So
right,
because they were not consistently being paid through me, then it's not something I can go back on and like start to pay them. That's what I guess I'm trying to clarify.
Sure. Let me, if you could provide me with your contact information, let me reach out to one of my lenders.
Okay.
And I don't want to give you incorrect information on that. Have you, Nicole, have you currently, so you haven't applied for the Paycheck Protection Program at this point?
I had not. I started all the process. I have my current bank that is mutual, and that I had all the information. We had actually just opened not just a little over a year ago anyway. So we already had a loan through them. So they had quite a bit of the information anyway. But like I said, it's what Gustos is that I qualify for, or what would be, you know, the 2.5 times the payroll is really, really, really like low. So it's like, it doesn't even make sense to go through the whole process.
Sure.
I'm just trying to understand, you know,
right,
just to see what the options are.
Okay. Well, if you wouldn't mind email me with your contact information, and I will research that. I don't want to give you incorrect information.
I mean, I can always ask mutual as well.
Okay.
I just thought while you're, you know, I forwarded this information, I would ask.
Sure.
So that's all.
Okay. All right. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Hello.
Hello. This is Mark Gould.
Hi, I'm Tasha. I have a transportation company, and we usually 1099 our drivers, and we usually pay them cash. And I've been through the application process, of course, and they keep revising it. And I wanted to know if I'm providing the 1099s, what else information can I provide you besides my bank statements? Because it's like a cab. You get paid cash daily, and we keep a record of that per week, and that's what I supplied. And I still haven't heard anything back.
So you have applied for the PPP?
I applied for the PPP, and of course I applied for the EIDL too. I talked to the SBA this morning concerning that. They said they're 3 or 4 weeks behind, and for me to call Congress and ask for more money. You guys are definitely helpful, and thanks for being a blessing to us with questions and other options this morning. But of course, you know, it's getting depressing. You don't know which way to go if you still got to wait 3 or 4 more weeks when the turnaround time was supposed to be a week at least or something.
Sure. And what bank or financial institution have you worked with on the PPP?
I've been through First Source since 2006. I love First Source.
Okay. Well, I will get. Are you working with a current?
I'm working with Stacy. Stacy Wing out the airport location.
Okay, I know Stacy.
And she's great. She's been processing and emailing other people with questions that she doesn't know how to answer. And
sure.
I know it takes time. I don't know the actual turnaround time. Do anybody know the actual turnaround time? Once they do say, okay, I have all your documents, is there a turnaround time? A week or how long does that take?
I know unfortunately, it took a bit of time working with the SBA to get the program up and running, because I mean there were some unknowns to even us as far as how to process and what the terms are and such. So unfortunately, but we tried to get up and going as quickly as possible. We have started to begin to fund some of those applications. They have been approved and funded. I'm not sure today how many exactly, but I know it's great to hear that you have submitted your application, that you're in the pipeline. So what I can do, I guess, I know your question is about turnaround time. I will check with our credit team and also get with Stacy Wing to see where the status is at this point.
I appreciate that.
Sure. And Tasha, if you have my email, if you could just email me your contact information so that I can reach back out to you, I'd appreciate it.
I sure will. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I got one more question. I did talk to SBA this morning. Again, they confirmed that they were out of the funds. Now, are their funds also linked to your funds? The PPP?
Yes, unfortunately. That's why I need to check to see where your application is in the pipeline, if it's been submitted to the SB already and already the funds are reserved, or I don't know. We'll have to check on that and see.
So they are reserving funds. Nobody never made that clear. Just because they're gone doesn't mean some accounts are locked in already. Then is what you're saying.
Yeah, some accounts are already locked in. If you provided all the information and then the credit department submitted your request to the SBA then reserves the funds or notifies the bank the funds have been approved. So yeah, we do have, and then our bankers are working on getting those funds back out to the business owners and such.
Oh, that's hopeful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not sure where your application is in the process, but I'll definitely check on that and see. Again, we're hopeful that the program's been extremely popular, of course, so we're hoping that the government will provide some more dollars for the program and that we can continue even those, because I know we have a wait list of applicants to try to get those funded, as many of those funded as possible.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I would also encourage you, if you're not a First Source client, to please reach out to your current bank or financial institution on what products and services and how they might be able to assist you with your financial needs. I know that's number one piece of advice that we always provide folks, or right, to please keep in contact with your lender regarding any current loans, services that are being provided, or any financial needs. I would start with your lender first, and then also please reach out on the chat rooms with the CDFIs to learn about their products and services as well.
Can you explain that CDFI program again?
The CDFI, is that through ASEAN or?
I'm not sure. I kind of joined late, I think. So, I mean, I've heard that maybe that's the link that might have brought me to this in the first place. But I was just curious what
Okay.
exactly that pertains to.
Sure. The CDFIs have some additional sources of funding that they can provide some more flexible loan programs and services. I know there's some other the 3 or 4 CDFIs. They do have individual chat rooms that they could answer questions about their programs in more detail.
What does it stand for? Community development, financial is something? Is that what it?
Yeah, community development financial institution.
Okay.
They are they're nonprofit organizations that they receive funding from different investors such as banks, local government, help establish those CDFIs to provide more flexible loan programs that maybe financial institutions, banks don't necessarily can offer.
Oh, I see. And so those are the links that were on the original discussion. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, the chat rooms.
There are chat rooms set up then for each of those. We have ASEAN, which is based out of Chicago, that serves Indiana. Bankable, they're based out of Anderson, Indiana, that serve the entire state of Indiana. Brightpoint's based in Fort Wayne. They serve Northern Indiana as well.
So that has to do with this. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That has to do with the $600,000 or something that the grants came through. That's probably what that money pertains to?
Yes.
I heard in the news the other day about $600,000. South Bend awarded $600,000 in grants. So it must have been through those organizations.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So one more question also. So basically the loans that you have in your pipeline. So if you get into, if you go on the SBA site, it'll tell you right now that that the program is done and no more applications are being accepted. Is that the case? That
is the case. Yes. The SBA is not accepting any more requests from the banks or participating financial institutions at this point. I know our bank, we have a number of requests in the pipeline that from clients that didn't get submitted. We're hopeful that the government will provide some more funding for that program, and we'll reopen that. But again, we've got a pool of clients on the wait list. So I would reach out to your current bank or financial institution if you're interested in that. Again, hopefully, we don't know for sure if that program is going to reopen, but you definitely want to be on the on the wait list if possible, and continue to gather the information for that application.
Correct. Right.
Sure.
Yeah, I appreciate it again. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi.
Hi. Can I answer any?
Well, I've been having trouble trying to get on here, so I'm just now able to catch on. So.
Oh, okay.
I guess I was just going to listen and see where you guys are at.
Oh, okay. All right. We're in we had our introductory session at 10:30, and then for about 30 minutes or so, and then now we're in individual chat rooms.
Oh, okay.
This is the first source site, and then we have other conversation rooms with other financial institutions and CDFIs.
Okay.
Now I can see you.
Yeah, I was trying to get my camera to come up.
Okay.
I guess my question I could ask is, if you were approved for the PPP, are you able to apply for this loan, or how does that work?
Well, First Source Bank right now, we only have the PPP program that we've been
Okay.
working with clients on.
Okay.
If you're looking for other, I know the CDFIs, the Community Development Financial Institutions, and some of the other sites or chat rooms, they do have some other more flexible products and services.
Okay.
That's might be a good question for them to ask.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome. Good luck with you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Hey, Mark, Kate Lee at the Chamber. How are you?
Hi, Kate. Good. How are you today?
Good. I'm popping around to the various little. It's very
Okay,
strange.
It is.
I thought I had
trying to
trouble
get used to
navigating
it.
conference centers.
Right. Trying to get
Room
used to it.
1A.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you had good questions?
Several. Unfortunately, I'm not a lender, so I can't. I'm getting some technical questions I need to follow up with.
Yeah.
But I appreciate all of our lenders and credit team are so extremely busy with the PPP program that it's. I was volunteered to lead this, so I'm trying to do the best I can. Yeah.
I know I'm on the St. Margaret's House board, and Kathy had sent out an email saying they did their PPP and they were so happy because they got approved, because they're working really hard to make sure the women and children are still having access to food and things like that. So Kathy sent out a very nice email praising First Source for their help with that process.
Oh, great. Good. Yeah, we've helped numerous nonprofit organizations, so I think it's been pleasing to be able to help.
Well, we're going to need them so much to help lift people back up as we open up again and make sure that everybody's getting what they need to stabilize a little bit. So,
right.
Yeah. And I've been directing people too, like if they ask questions, that the chamber, we keep updating the chamber website with all of, all the different banks and all the different resources and all the information as it keeps coming out. We just keep updating that resource page. So trying to keep it all in one place so people don't have to go to every different, so many things just keep popping up and changing. A little overwhelming.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know our credit and lenders, they've been working 12-hour plus days over Easter weekend too, to try to handle. They want to serve as many businesses as they can, and it's just been.
I saw Mike Szymanski. Mike Szymanski was like on the corner when I was walking into the chamber building. It was, I don't even know what it is, a couple weeks ago on a Saturday, and he was coming out and he just looked like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It was like, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's okay to feel like that. It's okay.
Yeah.
Go for a walk.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, who would have known a month ago that
I am telling you. I was on a call yesterday with the Association of Chamber of Commerce Executives did a thing on virtual career fairs. And so we talked about, we had a career fair plan for March 24th and 25th that we had to shift to a virtual format. And so I kind of did a little thing about how we shifted, and then somebody from Huntsville, Alabama had to do the same thing, and the different ways we shifted to virtual. And it was like a support group. There were like 180 people from across the country, and everybody's like, it's everybody from different WIBs to their workforce boards and their nonprofits and the chambers, anybody who's involved with that, just having that conversation about how do we help people, because there are jobs, and how you get people into the jobs that are right now you could actually go do. And so many of those are a little scary right now because you're kind of exposing yourself to some risk. So it's really challenging. But on the other side, I keep saying this is could be the great, interesting realignment of people in careers, right? Like somebody who was in hospitality says, maybe I will go back and get my RN, because those people are going to work no matter what. If you kind of had always thought you might want to, but you never did, it can be the great impetus to do the next thing. So it'll all depend on where training dollars go and things like that. But yeah.
Yeah, I know. I learned how to use Zoom and Microsoft Teams, and I was always a little bit afraid of technology at times, but starting to get a little more comfortable with it. I'm going to have to become. We're all going to have to become more comfortable with it.
I'm calling it forced work-based learning.
That's right.
Work-based learning was so trendy, and now we all have to do it.
Yes.
Not just high school kids.
That's right.
It's good to know we can still learn, though, right? Like,
that's right.
Still have it in us.
Yes, it's great to see faces, and so much of my work has been interaction, in the community and with. It's a new, different world. I'm encouraging folks to try to schedule some virtual meetings, but some folks are still a little hesitant, as you know.
My dad's 83, and he was so funny because they've had Rotary via Zoom the last 2 weeks, and he's like, I'm kind of getting the hang of this. And he's like, I hear there's this thing I can do where I can see everybody's face, but I haven't quite figured it out.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be all right, Harold. You just keep going to Rotary. Yeah. It's fine.
I just have to remember to turn on the microphone when I want to talk.
Because everybody's going,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you listened into some of the other rooms?
I've been in 2 of the other rooms.
All right.
So I think the questions are all pretty much the same. I think when people hop in, and the answers are all kind of the same because the resources are similar. There's just different ways to get to the resources.
Right.
I think the CDFI work that the city's been doing, I said, talk about being prescient, right? Like it was like in the hopper, like James said at the beginning, preparing to create new businesses, but it's going to end up as helping the businesses we already have.
Right.
So, which has always been that great tension, right? What do you do for the businesses to build them as opposed to trying to get new ones? And now we're in a place where we know exactly what we have to do.
That's right.
So it'll strengthen those who survive it, and they'll have new relationships with other bankers and with other businesses and resources, and find out who their real friends are, I guess, is kind of.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I feel for some of the businesses that work with maybe some of the larger banks that it's really challenging. I can't imagine to try to work through like on the PPP program and when you're in northern Indiana and your corporate office is in another part of this country.
Yeah.
Wow, it's tough.
And I said I need to email one of my friends at the Indy Chamber because they had a really nice piece that they sent out that had the number of PPP loans and the dollar amount just in, I don't know if it was Indianapolis or Marion County. And I want to know where they got that data. Like who's feeding, it must be coming from the feds, right? Because they're the ones who have to prove it. So like.
Probably, the SBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to take a look and see like where they got that information. Because I think that'd be good to share. I'm interested to know if our region, how that compares to the rest of the state and how the state of Indiana is comparing to the rest of the country. Like who's really fully leveraging on behalf of their small businesses that money.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure that data will be coming out, I would think soon. So
yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
The U.S. Chamber came out with, they're doing grants. I don't know if you knew that. It's the U.S. Chamber, it was just on there, Save Small Business Fund. Let me look at this. It's savesmallbusiness.com. So it's an actual grant program.
Okay.
And I think it's we're doing that newsletter. Do you get the chamber like newsletters that come out, all of our e-communications?
I believe I do.
Yeah. So we're doing one every Friday that is kind of like the COVID communications piece. It's just updates on various things and what's happening in the community. And I think that's in today's version. I was going to double check on that when we get off the call.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to hop off and see if I can. Let's see, I have 9 minutes to check out one more room.
There you go. All right. Thanks.
I feel like I'm on some kind of really weird tour.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Good to see you. Bye.
Good to see you. Bye. Tasha, if you're still can hear me, thank you for sending me your contact information. I did get that, get your email. So thank you. And I will follow up.
You're welcome. Thank you. I have I don't know if you're looking at the meeting in the chat, but a Betty DeWinter, she had a question. our employees who are unemployed right now, do they lose those benefits as soon as they return to work and start earning their wages back? She asked that question. I don't know if she's unable to. I'm just going to help her out, but it's in the meeting chat for some reason.
Okay, let me trying to navigate through my screens here. My goodness.
I hit a box that looked like you're gonna type a text message or something. And everybody name came up on the side, who's on, who's joining, and
Okay.
it looked like she tried to get through twice, but I'm new at this too. I don't know anything about a computer, but
for some reason I'm not seeing that.
well, it's in the meeting chats where you can type questions as well, because if I want to type something, maybe I'll do a tester for you and maybe it'll pop up or something.
Yeah, I have a chat. I have a chat button here.
I'm no unemployment specialist, but again, her question was, are employees who are unemployed right now, do they lose their benefits as soon as they return to work? Normally, whether if it's an epidemic or not, when you get a new job, your unemployment stops because you're getting funds. So,
right. Yeah, I would assume.
So that would be, yeah, the unemployment definitely will stop now that
sure.
you've been blessed with a job. And that was her question over there in that area. So
right.
I'm not a professional to say that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not either, but yeah, I would. They're pretty. I know it's a pretty strict program. I mean, once you're back, if you can't double dip on being paid and then have unemployment as well. So.
Right.
I'm not familiar. Has the unemployment benefits have those been going out? Have employees been receiving those benefits? Does anyone know?
Unfortunately, and I was blessed, I don't have to put any of my employees, they've hours been cut back, but I do know several people that was working and their unemployment definitely kicked in right away.
Good.
Yeah. It's, of course, it's not it doesn't amount to a regular paycheck. I think it's like, hey, if you're normal, but yeah, that kicked in immediately. And then, of course, with everything else, they're overloaded too. So I think once you're filed now, it's a delay in getting funds because for some reason the unemployment money is running out.
I know the stimulus dollars have been funding, been sent out to some folks, so that's starting to flow.
Yeah, that did. Now business is to get everything open back up.
I can't hear you.
Hi, folks. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Fantastic. I'm just popping in with a 5-minute warning, reminding everybody we will have all of the recordings and the resource guide that has everybody's contact information posted up on the city website very soon. You can go there and see any of the sessions maybe you didn't make it to, and also definitely encourage you to reach out to Mark, myself, or any of the other presenters today. We would really love to hear from you if you have any more questions.
Great. Thank you, Sonia, so much for organizing all this. You did an excellent job, and I know I can't imagine all the working with IT and some new challenges. So.
This was definitely a new experience for me. I've never organized a virtual event like this, but I'm glad that it seems to have worked for folks.
Yeah, I think it's gone fairly smoothly. Yeah, I still need to learn how to use the chat box, but I'll get there someday. So.
All right. Well, thank you, Mark. I'm going to pop into a couple other chats, but really appreciate your time today. Bye-bye.
Bye.